Hi guys, this is Greg with Northern Lights Outdoors. I'm gonna show you here how to do a Euro mount, how to turn this head into something like this. I'm gonna explain the whole process, why the process is done the way it is, and hopefully you guys have the same luck that I do. So first things first, the better you prep this, like the more meat you get off of it at this stage, the easier it is for boiling and washing. Make sure to get the eyeballs out. There's a lot of meat left in there, so try and dig out what you can, and make sure to get the hair off the base of the antlers as well. So we'll stick it in the pot here. I like to use a little bit of OxyClean or a little bit of Dawn dish soap. It just helps with the oils and grease, so we'll add a little bit of that now. Well, let's check and see how this is doing. This has been in here for about an hour. Let's see how we're making out. You can see a nice boil here. So here you can start to see some flesh falling off. I'm gonna leave that for a while longer. We want to see more flesh floating on top and a lot of that falling off, so we'll give it another hour and we'll check on it. Guys, while we're waiting, I just want to talk about the washing process a little bit. We just want to make sure that we get all the flesh out. We don't want to leave anything in there that could create an odor. It's dirty. You're going to get sprayed in the face. You're going to get soaked. It is what it is. Do a good job. Make sure we get this thing crystal clean, and it'll turn out really good. Get that nozzle, spray it into every one of these little nooks and crannies. There's cartilage in the nose here. You can blast that out from the underside really easy. I'll show you right here is the easiest way to blow all that out. Get the nozzle in here and just spray that. Get the nozzle in the brain cavity here, spray from all different angles. You guys want to get into every one of these little nooks and crannies. Spray from all different angles. Spray from under this side, from the top, from the side. Spray down in here, get into the ear canals really good, get into these little holes here and on the underside of the eyes. Spray down into the nasal cavity here, spray here along the teeth, everywhere. Guys, do a really good job to get this thing clean. In the nasal cavity here, sometimes you will see a black or a brown coloration in the back there. That's still some flesh. If you are having trouble getting that out, the skull's probably cooled down too much at this point, and you'll most likely need to put it back in the pot, boil it for another 45 minutes or an hour, and then take it back and wash it one more time. Usually, I haven't had to do it more than twice. Quite often, I do need to boil the head at least twice, though, to get it out. That's it, guys. Just, do a really good job. Wash it, get it clean, and keep doing it until it's done right. Once we're done washing, we're going to put this in a whitener, so we want to make sure we are ready for that. So find a container. I use this little red one here I bought at the dollar store. You want a container that is large enough to fit the entire skull, so that the entire skull is submerged. What you don't want is a container that's so big that you're going to need to spend a ton of money on peroxide, so you want it to fit just right. So if you do not have a container that fits as well as this one here, and you do have to use a larger one, you could fill it with some other objects to kind of displace that volume so that you can use a minimal amount of peroxide. Peroxide I use is this here, Salon Care 30. Sometimes it's only available in the 20s. Sometimes you can find little bottles of 40. If you can find the big bottles of the 40, buy those. 20 hours, 22 hours, the skull will be good. With the 30 only, I'll soak the skull for about 24 hours. And if I could only find the 20s, and I'd probably soak it for about 28 hours. To offset that, sometimes you can find some of these 40s and mix them and turn it into a 30. So Let's check out how our skull's doing, see if it's ready to go to the wash. You can see here quite a bit of meat is falling off. The skull can be easily peeled off. When we can peel it this easy, this is ready to go to the wash. You can see that even just pulling it out, it's dried already. This is ready for a wash. Being that I am transporting this, I'll transport it in the pot so it stays warm in the water, and it just helps to keep it soft and from cooling. Well, we're back from the car wash. Skull came really clean. There's no meat left anywhere on it. I won't have to put this back in the pot. As I said before, these nose bones get loose. I pulled them off. You'll see in the video there. I slid this one back into place just so you can see how easily it fits back in. And we'll pull this out for now. Just pick these pieces up when they come off. Inside the brain's really clean. Inside all these little nooks and crannies that I talked about earlier. The ear canals, everything came really clean on it. Teeth are nice and clean. Inside the nose is nice and clean. So we're going to let this dry for 24 hours and then we'll put it in the bleach. Well, our skull is nice and dry. I started wrapping the antler. I'll just doubled up some saran wrap. Again, just you want to get it nice and tight in here and stretch it over so that the peroxide can't go through those little nubs and then up and inside the saran wrap. I just put a little bit of electrical tape on the top just to help it seal. I'll get the other side wrapped up. I'll probably put some Teflon tape around here, and then I might put some more electrical tape on the base here just to help hold it. This just helps with when you're handling the skull in and out of the peroxide. If you have any on your hands, it keeps it from getting on top of the antlers. Okay, well here we are ready for the peroxide. We'll just go ahead and pour it in. If you don't have a warm shop or garage to do this in, you know, be careful. You don't want to put this anywhere where pets or kids can get at it. I would suggest maybe like an unfinished basement or something. Also, I've seen the peroxide rise a little bit and overflow. So maybe a suggestion to put some cardboard or some carpet or you know, a mat or something underneath just in case it spills over. Also, when you're moving it and taking it to the sink or to the tub to wash, you don't want to spill anywhere. Now that we have it full, I'll pull it out and put it in and do that a couple times just to make sure all the air is out. Also want to make sure we throw our nose pieces in. I just drop them in. Well, we've sat for 24 hours. We're ready to pull this out and wash it off. I use a warm water, not hot. Get this dumped off here. And then rinse it out. That's turned out really good. Make sure you get all those same little nooks and crannies that we pressure wash. There will be this cream in there. It is thick. Don't forget about those nose pieces, guys. Dig in there, pull those out. You can see they came out really good. So we'll get those dried and glued and put back. So I can tell right now that this skull turned out really good. I'm gonna go ahead and dump this peroxide. I won't need another bath, so it's good. We'll let this dry and then we'll glue everything back together. I'll show you guys that process and away we go. So here's the finished product. Everything's glued together. You can see the nose bones placed back on. Even that one bone that was broken, it's been right here, put back on. So I just run a little bead along here, one down along here, the nose pieces of course, and then here, I don't know if you can see, but I run a bead along the inside of the teeth there. So that's it. You know, as I mentioned before about the getting the back really clean in there, you can see it's nice and white, all the flesh is removed. So yeah, so that's it, guys. It's a pretty easy process once you know how to do it. So I hope this helps, and good luck to you guys.